The Kardashians have been under fire all week due to backlash that has followed the recent Balenciaga campaign. And Kylie Jenner isn't standing for any of the accusations made by others that her family is trying to cover anything up for the brand or distract people from the issue. If you guys didn't see my last video talking about what exactly happened with Balenciaga, the brand's new holiday ad campaign included images of children, toddlers basically, holding a certain kind of teddy bear. And the teddy bear was dressed in a certain attire that made people feel that this was an extremely inappropriate photo shoot, and they don't know how it got approved whatsoever. Not to mention that in front of the kids in this photo were displays of alcoholic products, beverages, and accessories to make drinks. It gets even weirder when people discovered that there were photos on their website that show a bag laying on a bunch of papers. People noticed that one of the papers included in this ad campaign was showing a legal document from a US Supreme Court decision on a certain child law. And that made people extremely uncomfortable and super skeptical about the brand. People felt that all of these things together made the brand look creepy and felt that children were being put in danger working with them and that they were jewelizing children. People were feeling like everyone involved in this campaign needed to be investigated and didn't understand why parents as well felt like this was something that was okay for their kids to be a part of. The internet ended up going in attack mode on the brand, and people were urging those who have partnered with them in the past to come forward and speak out against the brand. People had hoped that protecting children would be first priority for a lot of these stars, but were met with disappointment in the silence from a lot of them. The Kardashian family has worked very closely with the brand over the years, and people were specifically calling on Kim Kardashian because she had worked with them many times. And several days after the news broke about all of this, she did eventually make a statement after people were really begging her to. And she said that she was reevaluating her relationship with the brand, and she was going to base moving forward with them on their ability to take accountability. And not a lot of people loved her statement. They felt like she was still debating working with the brand, which did not make people happy, but that is what she had to say. And the brand was blaming the producers of the campaign for this. And people felt like as the brand, they don't have any room to push blame because they obviously had to approve all of this before it was put anywhere. I mean, this wasn't something that they collaborated on. This is something that was on their Instagram, their website, and they obviously had to approve everything before it went to the public. So it was just very strange that they were trying to say that they don't know how this exactly happened and they were suing producers that worked on this campaign. Since the brand has been trending all week, people started to joke about Kris Jenner possibly having asked her daughters to start posting content to distract the public from talking about Balenciaga, since it seems like they do want to keep the relationship going, and that's not going to be possible if the world is talking about the brand in a negative light. And it's been joked about forever now that Kris Jenner is the mastermind behind all Kardashian drama, and she knows how to really work the media and get people to talk about things that she wants them to talk about that distract from making her family look bad in any way. They always try to say that if there's drama with Kim and Kanye, she tells Kylie to post something, or Kendall has a breakup and suddenly someone is pregnant. They always try to make a joke that Kris Jenner is telling her kids what to do, when, and when to post everything to make them all look better in some sort of way. So while all of this talk about Balenciaga was going on, Kylie Jenner had seemingly posted a photo dump of her Thanksgiving weekend that included photos of her son that she rarely shows, and also photos of her and Travis together. At the same time, Kim had also posted a photo of her visiting a prison and having a Friendsgiving with the young men there. And people felt like, well, Kris Jenner must be telling her girls, you better get that wholesome family content onto the internet so people are going, oh, the Kardashians, instead of the Kardashians. But Kylie was not going to stand for people accusing her and her sisters of posting content as a distraction from getting called out. So when someone made a TikTok saying Kris Jenner telling her kids to release the good photos after the Balenciaga scandal, Kylie ended up commenting on this and said, why would I post my child to cover up for Balenciaga? This is why I don't do this. Always something to say. So clearly she was upset that anyone was trying to make it seem like she was going to cover up for the brand. Now this girl ended up replying to Kylie and had some thoughts to share in regards to her comment.
Kylie, be for real now. No, I don't know what your mom is actually coaching y'all to do. It was a joke, but yes, a joke made at the expense of your silence. But of all the times you choose to use your voice, you don't use it to call out Balenciaga's glamorization of you use it to comment on my video. Why? Because my video directly affected you. Unlike the victims who died in Astroworld, because you still haven't spoken out about that. And that's why people are mad at your family, because of your silence and the half statements you guys put out that aren't rooted in honesty, but just sound like something nice to say. You have influence in this world, Kylie, that few have. I don't have that, and yet I'm one of the creators who has spoken out about Astroworld and about Balenciaga. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Because I don't need a publicist to sign off on my assertion against what's right and what's wrong. If I feel a responsibility to speak out about these issues, why don't you? And you saw how easy it was for you to come over to my page and leave a comment. So why don't you use that influence and go over to Balenciaga's account?
Since this, the Kardashians haven't said anything further about the status of their relationship with the brand. And like I said in my last video, there are people that have been defending the family, especially Kim, saying that it's not on them what Balenciaga does and that they don't have any say in this campaign. It wasn't something that they were directly involved with, but most do believe that they have power to control the future of the brand, and if they stepped down from working with them, it would say a lot and have a lot of impact. And people are feeling like money is just driving their decision to stay working with them. Others feel like it shouldn't matter, but it's a big conversation right now. Balenciaga did put out another statement regarding the situation. At first, they had only posted on their Instagram stories and left it up for their highlights, and they made a main feed post that said, "We would like to address the controversy surrounding our recent ad campaigns. We strongly condemn child. It was never our intent to include it in our narrative. The two separate ad campaigns in question reflect a series of grievance errors for which Balenciaga takes responsibility. The first campaign, the gift collection campaign, featured children with plush bear bags dressed in what some have labeled inspired outfits. Our plush bear bags and the gift collection should not have been featured with children. This was a wrong choice by Balenciaga. Combined with our failure in assessing and validating images, the responsibility for this lies with Balenciaga alone. The second, separate campaign for spring 2023, which was meant to replicate a business office environment, included a photo with a page in the background from a Supreme Court ruling, United States v. Williams 2008, which confirms as illegal and not protected by freedom of speech the promotion of child. All the items included in the shoot were provided by third parties that confirmed in writing that these props were fake office documents. They turned out to be real legal papers, most likely coming from the filming of a television drama. The inclusion of these unapproved documents was the result of reckless negligence for which Balenciaga has filed a complaint. We take full accountability for our lack of oversight and control of the documents in the background, and we could have done things differently. While internal and external investigations are ongoing, we are taking the following actions. We are closely revising our organization and collective ways of working. We are reinforcing the structures around our creative processes and validation steps. We want to ensure that new controls mark a pivot and will prevent this from happening again. We are laying the groundwork with organizations who specialize in child protection and aims at ending child and exploitation. We want to learn from our mistakes and identify ways we can contribute. Balenciaga reiterates its sincere apologies for the offense we have caused and extends its apologies to talent and partners. So people have commented on the situation, still not accepting the apologies this brand has had to give. It seems like at first they were very much pointing the finger, and now they're kind of pointing it a little bit more at them now, but they are still suing that one company for $25 million for their participation in producing the photo shoot, providing those papers. I feel like the entire statement that they had to say was very much like, we don't know how this happened. We're like looking into things. We're investigating how this even happened. It's like, how did you guys not in detail like look at these photos or even just hear the idea, look at these bears and just not see anything wrong with it? Because once it hit the internet, everyone was immediately like, what is this? And especially with those papers, those documents, I mean, how was nobody on set like looking at them, reading them on the spot, like making sure everything is all good? I just feel like such a big brand, you don't want to get in any trouble at all. And that is why a lot of people are just like, this is very purposeful. Like, just feels like this brand is like creepy and weird, because how did you not notice? You know, it feels like it was on purpose at that rate. Now, most other celebs and models working with the brand in the past have remained pretty silent on this subject, and it's unclear what will happen going forward as people do not want to see others part of Balenciaga anymore. It's certainly a messy situation, and I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below, so let me know. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.